The ancient manor known as Thornridge loomed ominously in the misty veil of the night, its Gothic spires reaching like skeletal fingers into the starless sky. The estate seemed trapped in time, shrouded in perpetual twilight, echoes of the past whispering down its shadowy corridors. Behind heavy wooden doors, secrets shared corridors with the cadence of a house breathing uneasily. It was here that the infamous detective Edmund Grey found himself, summoned by the mysterious Lady Evelyn Blackwood, amidst a perplexing new case. The night began as a gentle dinner among friends and family, or so it seemed, until the scream pierced the tranquility like a splinter through glass. Eleanor Winthrop, a distant cousin to the Blackwoods, was found sprawled at the foot of the grand staircase, bathed in the silvery hue of the moonlight streaming through cracked windows. Her wide-open eyes awaited the dawn that would never come. Scarlet Blackwood, the youngest of the Blackwood kin, was the first to find Eleanor's lifeless form. Her skin, as pale as the lace dress she wore, was caught between the embrace of fear and disbelief. Her breath came in ragged gasps as she summoned the household. Lady Evelyn, with a grace undisturbed, took charge, her voice a commanding calm in the rising tempest. Detective Grey, known for his erratic brilliance and a penchant for the truth at any cost, began his investigation immediately. He was a tall man with a slight limp, his eyes discerning, missed no detail. The gathering of relatives and guests, each with their own intricate history linked to the Blackwoods, painted an ensemble of shadows, each with potential motive and means. Sir Reginald, Eleanor's estranged uncle, was a figure wrapped in the somber cloak of propriety, yet his eyes harbored a storm of vengeful ambition. His disdain for Eleanor was whispered among the family, his fortune nearly ruined by her refusal to marry into affluence, leaving him embittered. Lillian, a schoolmate and beloved friend of Eleanor, spoke of the wistful dreams they shared, her voice quivering with the first tremors of loss. Yet beneath her mournful sighs, there lay a strange silence, an unsaid bond with Eleanor's secrets. As Grey walked the creaking halls, he listened to the symphony of nocturnal murmurs, the plaintive song of the wind through ancient lattices, and the mournful bell of the distant clock tower. In Eleanor's chamber, he found an unassuming journal, its leather-bound pages revealing tangled thoughts of hidden affairs and weighted confessions of a heart in turmoil. The stars outside flickered dimly as the specter of Evelyn's past began coiling around his conjectures, a tapestry woven with deceit and regret. Amid whispered interrogations, Grey encountered Victor Bellingham, a youthful entrepreneur who harbored a clandestine tenderness for Eleanor. His eyes, bright with unshed tears, were clouded with a profound melancholy, suggesting love thwarted by the invisible hand of tradition and expectation. Crucially, Grey's exploration of the Grand Library unearthed a crumpled letter within the pages of a forgotten novel, addressed to Eleanor, imploring her to meet by the ancient oak where secrets are kept. It was signed with an enigmatic initial R. The final stroke of revelation came as Grey examined the modest parlor where the household had gathered the night of Eleanor's demise. His gaze fell upon a sideboard hosting assorted spirits. Among them was an open decanter of sherry, its bouquet betraying a subtle bitterness, suggestive of tampering. Grey's deduction was swift: Eleanor had been poisoned with a delicate hand. As the family gathered in the drawing room, the flicker of candlelight danced solemn soliloquies in the gathering darkness. Grey revealed Eleanor's stated confidences from her journal. She knew of her uncle's impending ruin and sheltered Lillian's attempts to safeguard certain truths from the family. But most damning was Victor's professed intent to win Eleanor's hand through manipulation rather than love. It was Reginald, pushed to desperation by financial ruin, who sought to control Eleanor's decision through intimidation, thus removing her from his path entirely. His last-ditch effort lay exposed in the poison hidden within the sherry, never intended for Eleanor alone. But Reginald's vision was clouded by blind rage, never accounting for the effect it could have over the family meal. As the constable escorted Reginald from Thornridge that night, the heavy manor seemed to sigh, as though relieved of its keeper's deceit. Lady Evelyn stood alone in the drawing room, illuminated by the flicker of firelight, pondering the thin line between secrets kept for love and those meant for justice. Detective Grey departed the estate, his mind alight with the collision between human tenderness and moral duty. Amid his achievements, with thoughts stirred like the fog around him, he felt the lingering shadows of the manor behind and etching on his soul of life's eternal dance of light and dark.